Hello everybody, welcome back to Chisme and Championships. My name is Cristal and let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. The last time that we connected was during the finals of the Pacers and the OKC Thunder game, and my tarot cards definitely had the Pacers winning the series. However, if you did watch my video, you would know that I did say that if Oklahoma City Thunder won Game 5, there was like a guarantee that they would have won the ship. So that is what ended up happening. I will give Oklahoma City their flowers. Congratulations. Bringing in the Larry O'Brien trophy for the first time to your franchise. Us as Nuggets fans, we know that feeling. We basked on that feeling. I would give y'all a little bit more flowers as fans, but some of y'all just can't just be happy that you won a ship. With all the trade things happening in the league right now, I can't help but see Oklahoma City fans being like, oh, Denver's really quiet right now, or oh, it seems like a failure for Denver. Y'all just won a ship. Go enjoy your championship. Chill for a minute. Cause what in the world, y'all? Bask in it. So keep our beautiful names out of your mouth and let's move forward. And as I previously mentioned, we are smack in the middle of NBA free agency, which means that there have been a lot of changes, a lot of shifts that have been happening since Monday evening. I will talk about, bombshells that were dropped throughout the week, but also just kind of dig deep into 4 major teams today. I'm going to talk about the Rockets, the Bucks, the Hawks, and of course the Denver Nuggets. So there'll be some other mentions of other trades and other things I'm excited for, but those are the main ones I'm going to dig deep into because those are, I feel like, the teams that have done a lot of those changes and a lot of those shifts that could either really benefit them in this next season or, just kind of be a repeat of what they've continued to do in the past. So we'll discuss that. Plus, there's a lot of free agents that are still, available and they're roaming around trying to get signed by a team. Russell Westbrook is one of those players. If you see me looking down, I have my pen here. I definitely have my notes because I don't have everything super memorized off the top of my head, but it's mostly because of the amount of changes and the amount of shifts that have been happening, as well as what has been involved with each of these trades. But I will talk first about the Atlanta Hawks because they have done some interesting changes where I believe that it'll be beneficial to them. And I'm also surprised as Porzingis joining the team. Granted, that didn't happen during free agency. That happened a little bit beforehand, but it was still, in my opinion, a pretty good addition, depending on how well Porzingis' health is going to be. But they did add Nickeil Alexander-Walker from the Timberwolves, as well as Luke Kennard from the Grizzlies. So even though they don't have the best average in points, I think Nickeil's average is 9 points per game, and Luke's is about 8 points per game. But I still believe that they are good bench pieces and just good additions to help with Trae Young. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought that Michael Porter Jr. was going to go to the Hawks, and I didn't know if it was gonna be and I didn't think, honestly, that it was gonna be, just Hawks and Nuggets doing a trade. I thought it was gonna be a 3-team deal with somebody else. And reason why I thought the Hawks, Trae Young and Michael Porter Jr. are good friends. They've been good friends for a very, very long time. So I just assumed that that was going to be the case, but that wasn't it. We'll discuss, MPJ later on in the pod, but it's a really good movement. I have yet to really judge what, the Hawks are going to look like. I'm not the most advanced in seeing their game because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I don't watch the Hawks as much as I should, but I still believe that the additions of this, especially because they got rid of some pretty key players as well within these trades, like Clint Capella, even though they weren't the star players, there were still some role players in there. So to just see what the dynamics are going to look like and stuff, so it's interesting to see. It's a good move. As I was on the topic of Clint Capella, he left the Hawks, but he went to the Rockets, which is the next team that I'm going to talk about because they seem to be another, franchise that is doing work that is very much long term. Now, I know that they added Kevin Durant, and I don't think that this was during the free agency as well. I think this has happened beforehand. I'm pretty sure it did. But I think it's because they want the younger players, especially because they were they were in the playoffs. I don't want to say they were super, super close, but it's been a minute since the Rockets have been in the postseason. So I think that what they want to do is to really solidify and make sure that the mindset that the current young players have this championship type of mindset and like just this growth mindset. And what better way than to have someone like Kevin Durant join their team, and Clint Capella as well. Fred VanVleet was extended. Jeff Green was also extended to that. So they are building this team to be like, they want it to be really like structurally good in different levels and really build their bench piece as well. So I do believe that the Rockets are doing well. They look like a pretty big caliber ass team because they're already doing so well last season. So I don't think that these additions or the changes that they made them any worse. I do believe that it has added a good balance of like, yeah, we're going to do this, and like it's going to take some time to learn, but it's going to be a little scary low-key once they like get something to really click for all of them. Now, the next team that I'm going to talk about will be the Bucks. Now, the Bucks did surprise me, I'm not going to lie, because I didn't think that they were going to waive Damian Lillard, and the reason that they did that is because they wanted to make space and, get some money to get Miles Turner, who is on a 4-year, $107 million contract deal with the Bucks from the Pacers, which... Again, quick side note, what the heck are the Pacers going to do? Tyrese Halliburton unfortunately got hurt during the finals with an Achilles tear, which was absolutely heartbreaking. The league really has to change some shit about that, and I will get into that later. But Miles Turner was also a key component in the, powerful playoff performance. Try saying that 3 times for the Pacers. So it was just... It's really interesting to see what the Pacers are going to do, because they are one of the teams that hasn't necessarily done quite a lot. So with that being said, Damian Lillard had no idea what was going to happen. However, Giannis did have an idea. There was a source that said that Giannis knew that Miles Turner was going to be like offered something and knew what was going to be like, the cause or like the main reason component as to how they were going to get Miles Turner was, waiving Damian Lillard. So there's a little bit of chisme with that. I guess Damian Lillard tweeted a meme, a Nacho Libre meme, for those of you that saw it. Awesome. For those of you who didn't, pretty sure you can look it up, and it's like right there on Twitter of like Damian Lillard reacting to Miles Turner trade, or like Giannis knowing about Miles Turner trade. No shade to Turner. I believe that he's gonna do a great job with the Bucks, and the Bucks have actually re-signed a lot of the key players from the previous season as well. I still think that they are trying to solidify and fill in the gaps that have been missing for the past couple of seasons. I don't think the Bucks have been to their top caliber in quite some time. So let's hope and see that these additions are a positive factor for this franchise. We've heard some rumors, especially with Giannis being the one that says this is how things have to go. I don't know how truthful those rumors are, but we're going to see how the Bucks do this season. They've been in the postseason for the past couple of years, but they just haven't made it far enough. So let's see if these changes, these additions are what the Bucks need to be successful. And now the time that all of y'all have been waiting for, my thoughts regarding the Denver Nuggets and all the shit they have been doing and what's been done lately. If you don't know the current drama, the current pinchy chisme that just went off, I got you, because what the fuck is going on? So with this free agency, let's go ahead and start with like, not necessarily the least exciting, but just like, we're gonna go down to the most exciting, I guess, being the last one. But we did get Tim Hardaway Jr. from the Pistons for a 1-year deal, which is absolutely amazing. That man will be a great bench asset, and it will be he's a great shooter, and that's what our team needed, especially in this offseason. We needed someone to make these shots. We need also a little bit of height, a little bit of length on our bench. So that was a good addition. I really liked it. I thought it was amazing in the moment. I was actually very excited for this trade, and now I don't know if I should say it or if I should change the ranking for it, but we're already on it, so whatever. But basically, we traded Dario Saric to the Sacramento Kings for Jonas Valanciunas, and I was so excited for this. Y'all, I have low-key wanted Jonas on our team since before he was with the Kings, I think I was telling my best friend about this, so she knows, but I was just like, yes, I was so excited. I was lit for it, and this was way before this was even an option. So to see the news, and especially to trade Saric for him, oh my God, I was like, that is a steal. That is amazing. But for those of you who have been keeping up, you know the freaking news. And for those of you who don't, Valanciunas has decided to sign into the EuroLeague to go play in Greece for, I think it was 3 years. Therefore, saying, sorry Nuggets, goodbye. Don't really want to play with y'all, so I'm gonna go play in Greece. There was a tweet that I saw that said that Jokic must have hurt Valanciunas, and like, I believe it, because like, why all of a sudden, like, what is... It's fine. It's fine. I don't believe that the Nuggets are affected in that way. I believe that we do get our money back. And that's fine. You know, Jonas, go have a good time in Greece. Enjoy playing ball over there. But that shit pissed me off. So it's funny because, you know, the Valanciunas and the Tim Hardaway trade and like all those deals were done on Tuesday, but the NBA free agency started on Monday, and I was at work when it started. So the first news that really came out from the Nuggets was the fact that we signed Bruce Brown to a 1-year deal, and Nuggets Nation has been waiting for my thoughts on this, because if y'all follow my personal Twitter, and I think I need to clarify this because I think people believe that I am a Bruce Brown hater, I do not hate that man. He is a great guy. I have met him before. Amazing person, amazing athlete. I am not talking shit about that man. What I have said is that he is not our savior. He is not going to be the saving grace that gets us to a championship. Do I believe that him re-signing after we won the ship would have been a great addition for us, or like a great, like, still like good momentum? Fuck yeah, I would have, because KCP was still with us too at that time. So I do not hate him, but I need to clarify where my thoughts are regarding the situation. And I think after, you know, reflecting on it, I believe it's because I'm still hurt over the fact that he tried to say he was going to stay for another year and he didn't. So here's the reasons, or here's like a metaphor to explain my reasoning. Basically, I saw Bruce Brown as an ex-partner, you know? Your ex-partner was super happy with you. Y'all like really surpassed, you know, a level, whatever the case was. It was great. It was awesome. But he decided to be like, you know what? I feel, you know, I'm on my high horse right now. I'm feeling great. Let me go explore. Let me go see what else is out there for me. There's, you know, more opportunities being thrown at me. There's more people being thrown at me. You know, that's how I saw the situation. And during the parade when he was like, 1 more year, oh my God, we all lost it, right? We were like, yeah, Brucey, yes. And then this man signed with the Pacers. I was like, oh my God, that shit hurt my soul. So it could be that I'm still very hurt over the fact that that happened, and that's why like I was really upset with him for some time, especially because he kept coming back, you know? And in my eyes again, it just seemed like that toxic ex, or just that ex that wouldn't fully leave you alone. It was actually like, oh, like I love being here. Oh crap, got traded to like the Raptors. Oh man, you know, like still visited here and was here once in a while. You know, it was a lot of like that fluctuation type thing. So that's how I just viewed it. I was like, Brucey, you literally decided to leave. You wanted to go explore and get more, dude. So go explore. So I guess it was more shade to the fans, low-key. Sorry, y'all. Like, I didn't assume that this guy was gonna be our saving grace. Did I miss him? Yes, but like, again, I think so many people made it seem like it was just like, oh, Bruce, please come back, Bruce, blah, 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 Bruce. And people seem to forget that he decided to leave for more, for better. Am I happy that he is back? Fuck yeah, I'm happy he's back. I'm not shading this man whatsoever. He's gonna be out here supporting the community the way that he's done ever since he's left. I really appreciate him. I really hope that he's ready to lock the fuck in and bring in some work, because yes, Nuggets Nation, y'all missed him. We want to see what he brings to the fucking table, especially with all these additions that we have been doing, regardless of what happened with Valanciunas. I'm excited to see what's up. And the news that stopped me in my tracks at work on Monday evening was that we traded Michael Porter Jr. to the Brooklyn Nets in return for Cameron Johnson and a 2032 first-round pick. I'm gonna tell y'all, that shit was crazy, because my Fitbit was going off, my phone was going off at the time, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was crazy to see. It was, I honestly didn't think the Nuggets were going to do it, but with the change of, you know, management, as some of y'all know, there isn't a GM that was hired, a main one that was hired. Instead, the position was split for 2 people, in between 2 people, and they have been cooking. You know, they have really been doing work for the Nuggets. So I was really upset about this, mostly for my best friend. Shout out, bestie. I'm really sorry that MPJ is gone. But I also saw and I know that Cam Johnson is a really, really good addition to our Nuggets team. I am really excited to see what this boy is going to do for us. And he did well with the Nets, but again, I think that with switching Porter and Johnson, Porter already has like that championship experience, so to be going to the Nets, which has been a franchise that's been struggling for quite some time, I think it's a good thing for him. Like, I am genuinely sad that he will not be in a Denver Nuggets uniform wearing number 1, but I really hope that he's going to do absolutely amazing with the Nets and with that franchise, and I really hope that those fans and everybody welcomes him to the best, you know, of his ability. Like, he's great. He's awesome. Take care of him, y'all. Take care of him. And same with Cam Johnson. Like, to be surrounded by a strong-ass team already to build off of the skills that he already has. So, even though I was really sad about this trade, I know that it was necessary. Plus, it cleared up so much of that money for us to make the moves that we have been making. And I'm really excited to see where the Nuggets go with that, you know? But Porter, I will miss you. Nuggets Nation will miss you. We will be at that Brooklyn versus Denver game. I don't know what the schedule is like, but we will be there. We will be there to support you and to thank you for all the shit that you have done for us. Nuggets fans, like, some of y'all that keep dragging that man's name, like, please stop. He was a huge caliber in the championship year. And again, if it wasn't for that man, we would not be as high in the ranking this past season if it wasn't for him. Again, I preach that. I preached it in my previous videos. I'm a huge advocate about that too. Now, very quickly, I am going to read off my list. And these players are basically players that I'm a little surprised that they're still free agents right now. So I have Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Kyle Lowry, and Al Horford. And I believe I saw that Horford was thinking about retiring. So that's an option for him. I think he should, you know, like, you on your ship, you have your monies, you know, enjoy your family, the rest of, like, retirement, dude, like, you'll be fine. I'm just saying, like, it'll be great for him. If he wants to stay for a league, good for him too. But we have until Sunday to see if they do end up getting signed, if anything else comes out of it. I know there were some talks about LeBron James, but I don't know how solidified these rumors have been, or, like, you know, as of now, he's staying with the Lakers. There's no, like, signing anywhere as of, you know. But I also believe that he's going to stay with the Lakers. I think the best option is for him to stay, because why would he go to a different team? Like, you have Bronny there already. Like, you've already done so much with the Lakers. You might as well just kind of stay there. It seems to happen every season where LeBron is like, oh, am I going to stay? Am I going to go? It's a little repetitive. So I just think he's going to stay. If any news comes out of it, we will talk about it in next week's episode. So that is NBA Island, because that has been very dramatic with the amount of trades and the people who are free agents, and very similar to Love Island, you know, there's single people getting thrown off the island. If you're onto that, it's crazy. It's the same thing. So being, like, into that world plus the NBA world, it's just like so many stories to keep up with. So that's just how my mind has been lately. But even if you're not involved with it, you still know just how, like, crazy, but, like, a good kind of crazy that this NBA free agency has been. So again, I'm really excited to see what these teams do until Sunday. We will have a summarized podcast next week, and we will just kind of really talk about, again, some of the teams that were not discussed previously, which is okay. It's fine. I still believe that the Nuggets might do one more additional move, especially with Valanciunas deciding to, like, go to Greece. I think we might do something else. If we decide to sign Horford, that might be nice. And just a quick reminder, as y'all can tell, I do not have my tarot cards with me, nor did I do a tarot reading today for the free agency. And that's simply because, just a reminder, I only do tarot readings for the playoffs. I don't do them for even the in-season basketball, you know, time. I will probably bring them back for football, maybe just for, like, divisional matchups. But other than that, yeah, we're just gonna, you know, we're shifting a little bit of the format. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think about it. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share to anybody who you think will like my podcast. Gracias, everybody. Bye.